This is Served with me, Andy Roddick. Please hit subscribe. We drop new episodes every week. I'm glad you brought up Nakashima. I think 22 in the world now. Mm-hmm. And coaches. And I've made a similar point on this show before. Don't point at Carlos Alcaraz to a student who's not a great mover and say you should play like Carlos Alcaraz. Right? Don't point at someone who doesn't hit the ball that big and point to Jannik Sinner and say this is what you should do. Nakashima, I have so much respect for. Does he have the biggest forehand on the court when he goes out there? No. Does he like to pull it in one direction? Yes. Backhand is great. Serve is so smart and good. Is he going to hit it harder than anyone else? No. Nakashima is who you need to be watching if you're a coach on how to maximize what you have and be smart and be mentally tough and be physically present. He is someone who you need to point to as an example to your players, right? Doesn't knock the cover off the ball like Sinner, doesn't go where you go, holy shit, what did Carlos just do there? Like, that's absurd. And yet he is there every week. It hasn't been a straight line. Props to him. He is a really, 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 really good tennis player, and I'm happy for this result.
Ooh, I thought you were going with his coach. Let's give props while we're here. Wayne Ferreira, right?
Ferreira had the shots. Like and he's someone who, I don't know that I've ever said this before, but when I started with Jimmy Connors back in 2006, we did like a 4 or 5 day run, and Wayne came in as like a hitting partner. Wayne's tennis brain is phenomenal, and he really helped jumpstart that relationship in that summer. He was not a small part of it, where I was outside of the top 10 for the first time in a long time and ended up winning Cincy and making the U.S. Open final. It was 20 years ago now. So I'm glad you said that. Props to Wayne Ferreira. Did a great job with Francis most of the time as well. So props for that. And then we got to have some drama.
I mean, we got a little bit of drama.
What do we got?
We got a little bit of drama, of course.
Chapo's pissed.
Chapo's upset. Shoelace-Gate.
Weird.
2026.
Pissed about something. Let's go.
That guy pissed?
Yeah, something, someone, somewhere.
I know. It's like a weird story coming out that Jodar, being Jodar, who's won more matches in 2026 than anyone else.
He's going to be top 5
tour
in the world in like 12 seconds.
Yeah,
by the
it's
way.
like ridiculous. Because I think, John, you said it before the show, right? I think after this Cincinnati already, he'll probably be in the top 10 no matter what his result is moving forward.
Plug him in at like 3 or 4 in the world shortly.
Saturday night, he was down, 5-1 in the third set, and then won the last 6 games to beat Shapovalov, but he broke his shoelaces twice, which is, I believe, the third tournament in a row.
So when you say he broke his shoelaces, it makes it sound like he's bending down and pulling it and snapping it.
So
he's obviously not doing that.
His Adidas, the Athletic had a good write up on it this morning, but his Adidas shoes, for some reason, with the way he serves or the way he plays, he keeps ripping shoelaces, and I guess this is the third tournament in a row he's been trailing, and his shoelace is broken. And the second time that his shoelace broke in this third and final set, he took about a minute to fix it, had to get his dad to fix it. He's drinking water. Shapovalov's yelling at him at the end, the last time you were drinking water, apparently you're not allowed to do that. And so there's this dark arts of tennis controversy.
Is there a rule that you can't drink water except for a switchover? Or is it just because he was getting water because, like, if you get an equipment timeout, which is what this would essentially be, now we can talk about the fix for it. Now, unless Jodar starts making his own shoes, I'm not sure what the fucking fix is.
He said afterwards, he's like, I should just have more shoes, I guess.
Correct. That's the solution, is have backup pairs. Like,
come on, Adidas.
But also, if you have an equipment timeout, there's no rule against having water when you have an equipment timeout or an injury timeout or anything else. You could drink water between points as long as you are on time, as far as I understand it.
Wait, is that right? Continuous, I don't know. I mean, I think the larger point here.
I feel like I could do cartwheels in between points as long as it's within the shot clock, right? Like,
you can't. Can you go to the chair and drink water if you do it within 15 seconds?
I think you can take water with you. Like, I don't think I don't think they ban you from water.
I mean, I do think it's a little dubious that this happens again. I forget who it was. Some players said, "Look, I've played tennis for 20 years now, and I don't think I've ever had a." Yeah, I know. Chapo didn't even do the. I need to speak to the manager. He went directly to the confrontation at the chair.
You need at least 15 pieces of flair.
Like to see your manager.
Narrow joke. You know I love a narrow joke.
I was gonna say if you get that joke, go watch that movie again. It holds up. Here's what I'd say to Jodar unsolicited. One of them is like, this is one of the great all-time transition years in tennis history. I mean, look at his prize money coming into the year. Look at it now. Look at his ranking in January. Look at it now. I mean, this guy is absolutely legit. Fans remember acts of sportsmanship, and they remember acts of I don't want to say what's the avoision. We're not going to say bad sportsmanship. We're going to say gray area.
Wouldn't be a served episode if I didn't have to go Google something that JW said.
Mike said dark arts. I would just
I stole that from the Athletic article.
Kid, you are doing so well. This is such a standout year. You're a star on the make. There's so much. I love the fact that he and his dad are doing this together. Like, I don't even think they have an agent yet. I love so much about this story. I would just say be a little careful on the lapses in sportsmanship, because unfortunately, especially now more than ever, that's what fans cling to. I'd also be a little careful about just disparaging the brand that's paying you a lot of money to wear it. So that's like, just high road this stuff. You're doing so much so well. It would be a real shame to taint it with these small lapses. So I would hate for this to be the Jodar story. There's so much to like about this kid, but it is, I can't remember anyone's shoelace breaking, much less 2 tournaments in a row. It's a little weird. So I would just say,
I mean,
kid, if
there's an obvious solution. There's an obvious solution.
But you don't say Velcro.
Metal shoelaces.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make a boot.
Yeah, Velcro. I like Velcro.
Here's I'm gonna
imagine that. Just like imagine like a second grader. Like,
I mean, I feel like we should come out with some served Max ones.
Serve strap ones.
Oh dear God.
God bless. Here's where I'm at. I had a summer. Actually, it was the summer of best summer of my life, tennis wise. In 2003, we had a shoe, and the glue they were using, when it mixed with heat on the inside of my shoe, it was coming off. And so we were having to re-super glue and reinforce all the shoes. But you said bring more shoes. Dougie Spreen, when he was doing maintenance on my shoes, I'd flip them up there, huffing and puffing and being pissed and whatever. I had more. So he was doing it as I didn't have to hold anyone up. So this is just a matter of now it's a thing. And to John's point, fairly or unfairly, we're not judging intent by Jodar here. We're saying this is an issue, fix it, or we could probably start judging intent. Right? Is that fair enough to say? And you don't want
that's well put.
You don't want that to get in the way of the fact that this guy was 250 in the world and now he's going to be 5 by the end of the year, right? So like, we don't want to take that story and make it about shoelaces.
Yeah.
And calling the manager.
Maybe it's just a bad batch from the factory.
Well, okay, but a bad batch, good batch, but like if he drags his foot in some weird way, I don't know, like they're going to Adidas has to be on this. Like they know that. This is not great for them. Right? When Zion Williamson like broke his shoe on TV, that's part of it. So they needed to fix this, and they need to try to fix it quickly, like now, like today. And he just has to have a million backups. He has to have backups to the backups. Luckily, we're talking shoelaces.
The laces were in.
The laces were in. They were in. Hashtag Ray Finkel. The other thing, can you read the quote? Novak loses to Toronto. He looked beat in the third set. I watched
twice.
The whole thing was throwing up. I've often wanted to throw up in the heat in Cincinnati as well. But it wasn't just about that match. He kind of said this is something, it was vague, but said there's something going on that I've been dealing with for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm now projecting. I may or may not tell you what it is.
Yeah. He said the conditions aren't the problem. It's because of a health issue that I've been dealing with for many years now. It causes me a lot of problems, especially when there's a lot of humidity and heat. I knew these conditions were going to affect me, but there are other things too, the nerves and everything that comes with a match like this. All of that makes the situation worse, and that's what.
And that's what.
Deal with it. He didn't say it.
JW?
Oh, man. We'll probably do more of this on the draw show. Quick thoughts. 39 years old. That was Jimmy Connor's age when he had this amazing run. And here we are talking about this was only his 20th match of the year. This happens when you're basically playing the majors and then a little sandwich filling in between. Sort of story to watch. Why is Djokovic out there? Well, he's still trying to win that 25th. I'm sure we'll talk about that with Jason coming up. You've got Alcaraz iffy, Sinner iffy. This is shaping up as a potential dream scenario. It's really disappointing that in the one tournament you play in between majors, you go out like this. I don't know if you saw Greg Brzezinski sort of said that it's incumbent. I'm paraphrasing, but not by much. Sort of, it's incumbent on the tournament to protect him. And then you say, do we really want to go down that road?
I don't know that I fully agree with that. Not to protect him, to give the best version of their tournament. Like,
I think when you're protect implies favorable treatment. We know it kind of sort of happens, but I'm not sure. Sort of, Novak's 39 and hasn't played much, and he's a star. Let's not play him in the heat of the day. Tarante's a really good player, so I'm not sure that people are going to say he lost to some no-name. Tarante's that forehand. Tarante's really
he's been beating a lot of top 10 guys over the last couple of months. By the way, this isn't the first one. He
ripped a forehand in that match. That was a burner.
Yeah, he can rip city. Listen, it's not a forever mystery. I mean, when you played Novak, you wanted it to be really hot. And it's not just because he struggles in heat. The guy's like won more brutal 5-setters than maybe anyone in history. It's because when you're stacked up and it's your ability versus the guy who's the greatest of all time, you want insane factors. You want the wind to be blowing 60 miles an hour. You want it to feel like you're standing on the sun, especially if you know it bothers him. Maybe, for me, I liked playing in heat. It wasn't comfortable, but I didn't feel much different than when it was, moderately hot. And so, yeah, I think he's dealt with it in the past. I mean, we played a match in Australia where it felt like we were playing in a hairdryer, and he stopped, And so I hope we learn more about what these specific issues are at some point. But irrespective of an issue that he has physically, 39, you're not playing matches, to John's point. You show up, you rock up at Cincy, you play a guy who's playing every week right now. He's not getting out of the corners with a big shot. Like when Tarante rips one to his forehand, Novak's trying to hit it hard to get out of it, right? It's not like he's settling in for the long haul. Does this matter for anyone less than Novak in the entire universe, what he does at a Masters 1000? No. No. Am I going to be like, look, most likely I'm going to look at his draw at the Open and be like, oh, he's probably going to the semis. I don't know. Like, does it matter if he beats Tarante and beats one more person and loses third round? Not really.
It's probably better on his body.
Like, I'm happy that he's in Cincinnati, because worst case scenario, now he has 2 weeks where I know he's going to be 1 in heat and 2 playing practice sets against guys that are like 10 and 20 in the world for 2 weeks straight. Does he need match conditions as much as everyone else in the world? No. Does he need to know how to navigate a 5-setter? No. Does he need to make sure he's right physically, mentally, and does he need to rock up? Because I don't care who you are, going from playing practice sets in Greece against, some person who's 600 in the world and then showing up and rocking up and having a guy who can rip your head off who's 25 in the world, I don't care who you are, you have to be playing against the competition that's the best in the world with some sort of consistency. And so, I don't know, like, he'll be fine. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the weather for New York. I know it's like 3 weeks out, but it's going to be 75 degrees. That's a lot different than Cincinnati. I'm sure we'll have a couple burners, but I think he can probably get away with finding those reps in practice more than anyone else in the world. That shouldn't be a weird opinion, JW?
No, look at his last 7 majors, and look at his results coming in too. That did not augur great success. This is someone who knows how to manage matches, knows how to manage best of 5. Yeah, 75 degrees or more to his liking than 95 in Cincinnati humidity, but we won't get fooled again. Like he's made a different. Talk about peaking for events. He's made a differentiation between majors and other events, and it shows in his results.
Yeah, he can actually. Well, he has to do it. He's not going to wear himself down before a major like that. That's physically being ready.